studio. Don't know what I'm doing with this backdrop, and we have a little bit of echoes. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Britt, creator of The Style Shaker. I try these products out for you and share my honest reviews so you have a better idea of what to buy and what not to buy. So I'm getting used to the new background and the backdrop. It will be changing, I'm sure, but for right now, we wanted to get this review out to you, so here I am. Today we're talking about the Tower 28 All Over Hydrating Serum Concealer. This guy. Swipe All Over Hydrating Concealer. So I have this in shade DTLA. It's a pretty good shade match for me, so I've been lucky on that front because it doesn't always happen like that. And there are 5 things that I want you to know before you buy this product. If you want to see the full scorecard and links to everything that I mentioned will be below, please keep in mind that this is an actually honest review. No one's paying me to say the following. You will always get that over here. If you like it and you want to see more of it, to support the channel, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And let's dive in. I actually have it on right now and I'm going to remove and reapply. You're also going to see a demo and swatches, but overall for the formula, this is a water first formula. It's a serum concealer, so it is skincare and makeup as a hybrid. It's gluten-free, alcohol-free. There's no fragrance inside. There's no silicones inside either. So instead of silicones, they have polymers to give it that slick feel. It's designed for sensitive skin, or at least, by the way, I should say I'm not a cosmetic chemist. I don't know if that's why they put polymers and things in there, but it has a silkiness to it. It's just not as silky as with the silicone. I'm fine with that, but anyway, you will see aluminum hydroxide, titanium dioxide at the end. Those might be in the may contain section. Ask the brand about it. I'm not personally concerned. I did some research, do your own. Let's move into application. So I'm going to remove what I have on with a little bit of jojoba oil. Really easy. Great eye makeup remover, by the way. Okay, no concealer, no concealer. Okay, you get it. Application, this is supposed to be weightless. It glides on like a serum. I think it actually followed through, not actually, but it did follow through there. It's really lightweight, not watery, but lightweight. And a little bit is needed before you pack it on. If you put too much on and you have crepier skin, if you have mature skin, it's going to settle into fine lines a little bit more so. So I just like to keep it really light. And then from there, I've been pressing it in with my finger. It's pretty easy to work with. I have used something like a brush as well. If I'm in a rush or something like that, I'll just kind of go like this, drag it out into the other areas of the face with a brush. But overall, it goes on nicely. It's not supposed to cling on to dry patches. It really depends on how you prep your skin and what kind of skin you have. I'm finding it to cling a little bit and settle a little bit automatically underneath. Very minimal, so I did find I had to fuss with it a bit. It did adhere, but you could still work with it. So it's not like it's thick or tacky and it doesn't dry down quickly. So I think it's easy to work with. It's just a little more fuss than I usually like to get the coverage and finish that I liked. Just going to show you some building. I find brightness sometimes can really depend on the shade that you get. So this looks pretty bright. This side looks a little bit worn down. This has been on for at least 8 hours, so we'll talk about the wear test as well. But that's the build under the eye. It's okay right now. I'm going to do the rest of the face and just show you what that looks like. This was my favorite part, honestly. I know a lot of people are already doing this and using concealer all over the face. I think Tower 28 does a magical job at marketing their products as multitaskers, like their one-liner, which is a lip pencil that I really like. Really good job on the rest of the face. I could see this, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I could see using this more as just kind of spot coverage. If I don't want a full face of foundation, I think this would work really, really well for that. Application was fine. Easy to work with the applicator, but then I would say under the eye it was a little bit fussier, so it got a 3 out of 5 on the scorecard. Otherwise, I would have received a 4. Coverage. The claim here is that there is medium buildable coverage. I do think that you can get to medium buildable coverage. I think that's a safe claim, and I don't think they were making things up when they put it on there, which is like, yay, thank you. I do think, like with any liquid concealer, the more you put on, the more likelihood there is to have a little bit of creasing because it's heavier on the skin, in my experience at least. So usually with this product, I have been wanting to, in order to get that coverage, which again is really popping right now, but again, wait till the wear test. In order to get the coverage I want and for it to stick around, I have had to set it. So what I've done for that is just taken a really light setting powder. I have the Ilia setting powder here. I'm obsessed I hate saying that, but I am. With these little poofs, you can get the brand name ones. You can get them on Amazon. I will have links to the less expensive guys. You just pop them in the wash, you're good. And then I press it on and it stays pretty well. But right now we're just talking about coverage. Overall for coverage, I think it does a decent job. The thing is, if I hadn't have tried this right after I tried the Iris and Romeo concealer, and I'm in the middle of testing the Honest Beauty concealer, if I had not have tried this in the middle of those two, I probably would have given this a higher score. But I'm comparing it to, yes, my favorites, and then having tried so many. The coverage is really good. It's not the quickest, best medium coverage that I've seen. There's just a difference in the opacity I'm finding. Now, if you like a more natural look, then I think that could be great for you. I think that could be an advantage. Overall for coverage, I gave it a 3 out of 5 on the scorecard. Creasing and finish, the claim is that it provides a skin-like natural finish that will not cling to dry patches. I will say this is not a shinier finish. I think it does follow through on more of a skin looks like skin finish for under eye and on the rest of the face mostly. But if I put too much on, it can cling a little bit for me. That's just my skin. It might not happen to you, just a very, very little bit. The finish does improve for me after I built it. It kind of diffuses a bit when I press with the powder. I really liked the combination, and because it's thinner, I do think this works really well with other products underneath and then on top, so that's an advantage in a way. But I did need to set it, like I mentioned, creasing was happening without that, so as a result it received a 3 out of 5 on the scorecard. And then finally the wear test, so I can show you up close as well. You can check it out in a second. A little bit of a wear test. Here we go, close up. Wear test is okay. I think for the rest of the face, it's great. Under eye, it suffered a little bit, especially if I built it up. I'm just gonna show you while I'm talking the Iris and Romeo real quick. Leaving a nice little line of demarcation there. Fun. By the way, I have to shake up the Iris and Romeo. It's separating on me. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but I just want you to see it for coverage and brightening. There are others as well that I have listed back on the scorecard if you want to see other options. The wear test on the Tower 28, the coverage faded a little bit for me and the finish looked a little worse for wear. That's all. So that's just like tiny, tiny little bit in the corner of the eye, right? I'm going to talk about this in a second, but for wear test, it was in the middle of the road. It received a 3 out of 5 on the scorecard. Total score for this was 11 out of 20. I know people are freaking out about it. So here's the gist. So you can see, probably, there's more lighting here. Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. It's down a little bit, so you might be able to see it better. But this Iris and Romeo on this side, it just sort of swipes on and covers. It's like a veil of coverage that's really strong and yet still looks natural in natural light. The Tower 28 is really just more lightweight in terms of coverage. I would say it's more of a natural look if that's what you're looking for, and by natural I mean not strong opacity. It's definitely lower price point. They do a great job with price points. Would I buy it again? Probably not at this point. That's just the personal subjective portion. I think the standout features for me are the natural look that I can apply everywhere, which is what it's claimed to be. I'm just not reaching for it every day. If I didn't have it, I would be fine, that kind of a thing. There are plenty more concealers very similar to this that I would check out. This is again a really good price point in the bunch though, so if you're looking for something and you don't want to splurge, do that. I also wish it wasn't in plastic. That's kind of a bummer. Tower 28 has a lot of plastic, whether it's PCR or not. I'm trying to personally get away from it. You can see other suggestions and bonus material back on the website. I will have a link directly to the scorecard. That's what I think about it. What do you think? What's your experience been with this? I would love to know. So definitely pop your comments below. Let me know your experience and also provide context on your skin type. That would be amazing. I think that helps everybody else. Hope you found it helpful. Again, if you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Here is the concealer playlist for you if you want to keep exploring more honest reviews. Bye.